G'day all, welcome back again to Dad vs Son and our playthrough of Panzer Grenadier from Avalanche Press, and we're doing Desert Rats, the first scenario, Conquista del Somaliland, where the Italians are attempting to attack into British Somaliland, and they need to take this hill and this hill and this hill up here. The Italians are made up of Italian officers and native troops, either these van ones, which basically have probably more swords and jezails and that sort of thing. They've also got fan troops, which are basically better armed troops and so forth. And they've got some mortars and some cannon and stuff like that against the Brit side, which is British officers with Viceroy commissioned officers such as Subadar and a native Subadar, and Punjabis. And they've got a couple of mortars and heavy machine guns and a 2-pounder up here as well, and a Bren carrier. So when we finished last time, we finished the 8:30 turn. We're going on to the 8:45 turn. We've got an assault hex here, where we jumped in there against the Naib Subadar and his couple of infantry platoons. One was disrupted, one was demoralised and reduced, and we knocked that out. And our 2 infantry platoons ended up disrupted in there. And the plan this time is to get them out of there as these guys come in effectively, and do that and keep feeding people in, and then start moving in into these other ones. Fix up this guy here with his demoralised and disrupted troops, and these guys disrupted and so forth. This lieutenant jumped out here with a couple of Punjabi platoons to have a go here as well, because there's only the one platoon and a limbered artillery piece in a truck there, so they thought that was worth a go. But we've got this Italian captain up here with one good troop and a demoralised, and this captain here who was going to try and come up this way, and this little sacrificial lamb up here as this guy runs away, and so forth. So at the moment, the Italians have lost 9 steps of troops, which means they've already gone down 1 initiative from 3 to 2, and if they lose another 3 steps, they'll go down to initiative 1. The Punjabis started on initiative 2. They've lost 2 steps, so they're halfway to losing an initiative point as well. And this started at 0730 and goes all the way around to 1445. So it could be a long day. So let's roll up for initiative and see what's gonna happen. So we have the Italians on a 2, plus 3 is 5, and the Punjabis on a 2, plus 3 is 5. That means we've got a special event. We can go to the event table. We can do that. I don't know if the event table's on here. Well, we've got event markers, which is good. So I don't think the event table is on here. No. So I'll just have to roll up for that and see what we get. So roll 2d6. We get a 10, and a 10 is ammunition shortage. So about that. Roll 1 die. Da-dum. That's a 3. On a result of 1 to 4, this is a German-Italian event. So it's going to affect the Italians. Off-map artillery ammunition supply runs low. No further off-map artillery is available for the rest of the scenario. So the Italian artillery here is gone. Whoop. And that's that, which was it didn't really help all that much, but it was something. Okay, so they're both even, so we've got to roll again anyway. So we'll roll for the Italians. A 6 is 8, and for the Punjabis, a 6 is 8. And we have another event. Why not? And it's 11 this time. Sniper. Ooh. Roll 1 die. A 4. On a result of 1 to 4, this is a German-Italian event. The opposing player, so that will be the Brits, selects 6 leaders within direct fire range and rolls a number. Roll 1 die, and the leader corresponding to the result is killed immediately. Oh! Now it says within direct fire range of enemy units. Okay, so that's this leader here, that's 2, this is 3, this is 4, 5, and 6. None of these others are in direct fire range. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 2. 1, 2. This Capitano is sent to the graveyard. Boom. Now, with the leader loss, so we've got to mark a step loss again for the Punjabi, for the Italians, sorry, dickhead. They've now lost 10. Leader loss. And we haven't even got started yet. Okay. If the highest ranking leader is eliminated, and it's not because we've got the colonel down here. In addition, da 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 da. No, no, no. I think they have to take a loss, a morale check. Step losses. Any unit that suffers a step loss and survives must take an immediate M2 morale check. Is under 7.6 step losses. So I think that's it. So we'll do an M2 for these guys. So, don't track, idiot. So these Italians are all full strength, so they're on a 7 at the moment. But an M2 brings them down to a 5. So 5 or less for the first guy. 4 passes. Next guy. 3 passes. Next guy. 6 fails. So this bottom guy has been disrupted. There we go. Well, that's put a little bit of a crimp because these blokes can't go forward because there's no leader with them at the moment. Okay. So that is that. Now we can go back and try and roll for initiative again. Righto. The Italians. A 5 makes 7 and a 2 makes 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. Halved is 1.5. Up is 2. 2 goes for the Italians. Okay, I think what we want to do is get this going. So let's bring up the assault map again. So what I want to do is I'm going to mark this bloke as I'm going to, let me get out of here. I'm going to activate this captain and he's going to get a move action. And in fact, all of these three with him are going to get a move action as well. He's going to activate the Chianti here, and these guys are going to get a move action as well. In fact, these aren't move actions. These are fire actions on these guys because they're going to assault. The captain is going to assault. And in fact, they're all going to end up in assault, I believe, and these are going to move. Now, the captain is going to activate these guys in here as well. And what we're going to do is they're going to have a move. And I'm going to filter people in and filter people out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these guys and he's going to move out. He's going to move to there. He can only move one hex. So he's going to move to there. Now that leaves 2 free spaces in here. These guys don't get a free shot because there's still a guy in there. So what's going to happen now is the Capitano and 2 of his guys are going to rumble into here. Pull him out of there, him there, and put him there. Right. So what they are going to do is then attack him. He's not doing anything. So they're going to attack up into here. They're going to assault. So they have, this is a continuing assault, so there is no first fire or anything else because we've still got people in there. Is the way I believe it goes. So we have 4, 8, 9 because we've got this little fella here attacking. So let's go to the game charts and we are doing assault. And we have 9 factors for the assault. All units of attacking side have higher morale. No, because their Subadar has it. Same. Side includes an undemoralised friendly leader and at least 1 non-armoured unit. So we go up 1 to a 10. From the 9 to the 13. All enemy units are demoralised. No, there's just 1 disrupted. No AFE. Side defending higher elevation slope from attacks on lower level. Seeing as these blokes are just coming in, I believe they get that, but that's when they +1 side defending high. So that's when they shoot back. No engineers, no special infantry. So no, I think that's it, and I think we're on the 13, and we get an 11, which is a 1-step loss. Okay, so this guy gets a loss, but these guys can fight back straight up. So this guy gets a loss. So he's still a 4, disrupted. So he's halved down to a 2. Takes flip. So he is a 2 still. So he gets to fight back has a 2. There's nothing for the Naib Sabadar. So they're on the 1 column to start with. No, 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 no. +1, side defending higher elevation slow pegs from attacks on a lower level. Yes. Side defending higher elevation slow pegs. Well, that's a higher elevation slow pegs from where they ran in there. +2, side defending higher elevation. Oh, that's steep, so forget about that. Okay, so they're going to go up 1 to the 3. No, 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 no. So I believe they're on the 3 column. They get a 7 on the 3 column, which is a nothing. So what we end up with is just the 1 step loss for the Punjabis, taking them to 3, which means he has to now take his morale check. So he is a disrupted, reduced unit. So he starts with a 6, so he needs to be under a 6. Oh, a 10. Ouch. So he becomes demoralised. Ouch, 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 ouch. In fact, it's because we had a step loss, he's got to take a M2. Step losses, all surviving units take morale 2. So we are at 8, which is a 6 or less. And he fails, and he is totally demoralized as well. Wow. That was good. That was good for the Italians. So these guys are all finished. They are all done. Right. Next up, what we want to do is drag this guy out. So he is going to move out. We've still got units in there. Nobody can do anything. And this guy can move in. Up. Like that. And he can attack now. These guys have already attacked. He gets to attack. I don't think he gets this because, but I'm not sure. But I don't think he will. So again, game charts. We start on the 4 column. So we're on the 3. All units of the attacking side have higher morale. Yes, because they're demoralized. So yes, we do. So we get a +1. Side includes an undemoralized friendly leader. Well, it does. There's him there, so that's a +1. So we're up 2. All enemy units are demoralized is +3. I think that's it. Yep. So we start with a 4, which becomes a 3, and go up 3 to the 13. I think I do. I does. And we get an 8, which is an M1. Okay. So this is an M1. So this guy first is 8, which is 7. With an M1 comes down to a 6. So he needs a 5 or less, sorry, 5 or less. And he fails. So he has to do what? Do what, John? It's not a morale check. He just fails. Let me check. Morale check. So that's down to 14 again. Down around 14, I believe. Morale checks. Roll 2 dice. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Wasn't a 12, so that doesn't matter. A leader or unit that is already disrupted? No. A demoralized leader or unit that is again demoralized? No. There is no extra effect if a demoralized leader or unit fails a morale check by 2 or less. So, no, he's fine. Okay, that's what I was thinking, but I wanted to make sure. Okay, this guy is reduced unit, which is a 5. Demoralized is 4. M1 check is 3. He needs to roll a 2. And that is... Brrr. So he actually loses a step because he has demoralized and demoralized. So he is gone. And that is another step loss to the Brits, which takes them to their 4. So their initiative goes down to 1. Okay. Now, he still shoots back with his 1. Don't get me wrong. But we now have to do a check on this guy. So it's a for a leader loss. So he is a 3 or less because we lost 1 step and he is gone. Oh, he just made it. He just made it. Okay, so there's that. Now let's continue this and then we'll get to the rest of it. So we've got them attacking back with 1. They're at a higher elevation, which is a 3. Get a 7 on the 3, which is a nothing. Okay, now we have a lone leader in here. So, let me see if I can find something about a lone leader. If one or more leaders are in a hex with no other units, one leader is eliminated per step loss scored on the hex by bombardment. Da 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 da. No, that's not what I want. That's the only lone leader thing. If one or more enemy combat units enter a hex, roll dice for each friendly leader. On a result of 9 or more, the leader is removed. On a result less than 9 is displaced. If all adjacent, blah, blah, blah. No. I don't... Look, I remember that there was something, but I can't... Yeah. So, no, that's it at the moment. He's stuck there. I'm not sure if he's got to pull out of there or not. But that's okay. We will get there. We will get there. So everything on the assault map has occurred. We can't put any more troops in there because we'd be overstacked. He hasn't activated yet. He's just sat there fat, dumb, and happy. These guys have moved. We have these guys now who can move. And they have a movement of 3. So I'm just going to go 1 to there. These guys can't shoot because they don't have line of sight because of this hill here. So these guys could shoot, but they didn't want to because they're going to have more fun with other people more than likely when these guys moved out. But if he moves into there, he may well fire. This Tenetti can't do anything else, so we'll go to there. And we have finished the first activation for the Italians. They have 1 more activation to go. Now, I think we need to drop some hurt on these guys. we've got our mortar here that can maybe do something, or we could shoot. A 6 would be on the 4 column. +2 would be on the 11 column. Nothing else to help, and I'm really sure I like that. I might just leave them at the moment. It may be in my... If that unlimbers, that will be 1-2 combat unit. Okay, I'm going to take this unit here, who is going to move. These are all going to get a move order. So this guy down the bottom will try and recover. So he is a 7. Yep, he's a 7 disrupted, so he needs a less than 7. Gets it, and he is done. He's back to normal. This guy here will move to here. Now, these guys still want to jump in here, so they don't want an opportunity fire. These guys here could opportunity fire. That'd be 8, which would be the 7 column, but then it'd go down to the 4 because they're 3 away. This would be the same thing. And they can't combine. Well, it could, because he is disrupted. They're only going to get one shot at him. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? He's disrupted. No, he can only do people in his hex. Can't do anybody outside his hex because he's disrupted. So no. So I think these guys have got us try and stop them. So these guys will op fire. They didn't want to, but they will. So we have 8 firepower. Over here. We have 8 firepower. It's a 7 column. There is nothing for the lieutenant. They're not 3 hexes or more away, and they're not adjacent, so it's just on the 7 column. For a 7 is a nothing, and this guy will move in here. 1 there, and they will shoot at him again. So now we are on the 7 column, but we go up 2 for being an adjacent. So we're on the 16 column for that unit. We get an 8 on the 16, which is a morale check. And these guys are done. So a morale check on him is a 7, and the Tenetti is there, which gives him an 8 or less. And he just passes, and that is wonderful. So this guy now will move where? This guy doesn't have a leader, so he can't move forward. He will move to here. He's moved away, and then he'll move up here with the Capitano, and he is done. And that is it for the Italians. And we're over to the Brits. Right, Brit-wise, This is a shit fight. So we could fire the mortar into there. Yeah. Because it could be... No, it can't be. We can't spot it at all. No, we can't. Maybe we could fix up these guys. Or we could use this guy to shoot in here. Let's do this. Yep. We're going to do this, and we're going to activate these guys to fire. So again, we have 4, 8, and adjacent, which means that we're on the 7 plus 2 is 16. Do I want to bring in the machine gun? Because I can. I will. So we are 16 now. And we go up 2. 16 go up 2. No, we don't. We're 16. So that's not going to help us anyway. That's just wasted fire, because this way we're 7 and go up 2 for being adjacent. This we don't get any bonus for. So no. So we're just firing on the 16 column. And we shoot a chunk. It helps to hit the dice rather than the chart. A 9, which is a morale check. So this guy again is a 7. So 7 or less passes. And we're done. And we're back to the Italians. Could try and moralize our demoralized ban. That's good. Here, in fact, we could unlimber. And we could shoot. Let's do that. We are going to activate the Tenetti. Let's put him as activated. We are going to fire with the machine gun. We are going to unlimber. That becomes a move action. And the truck. What are you going to do? Nothing. No, nothing. Okay, so we are firing. We are a 6. Game charts, which is a 4. We are adjacent, which is the 11. There's nothing else there. 5 on the 11 is a morale check on these guys. So a 9 or less. Oh, he fails, and he is unhappily disrupted. Okay, so this guy is a 7 or less. And fails and is unhappily disrupted. And the last guy is 7 or less. And fails and is demoralized. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay, and they are done. So I'll just put I'll put a move on him, but he just didn't move anywhere. Oops, sorry. No, I keep going M for move when it's not. Okay, so we're back to the Brits. Um, I think they will activate the captain, and this will fire. So this will be firing. The captain will activate the subadar. The subadar will do a move action to recover, and these two units will fire. So let's do this first. We are going to fire here. So we're firing for 8, which is simply the 7, and there's nothing to add to it. Shoot for a 9. On the 7 is a miss. They're done. Then these two will fire here. No, here. No, here, because he's already moved. So if we screw him, he can't do anything this time. So again, 8. So we're on the 7 column with nothing else. We get a 5 is a morale check. So again, a 7 or less. Oh, and he is demoralised. Well done. And then we do our recovery roll for the subadar, which is less than a 9. And he gets it, and the subadar is back. They are all done. And we're back to the Italians. Okay. The just for the fun of it, we're going to activate the captain to do what? Do what, John? Do what? Just activate the captain. Yeah. He's going to activate. This guy's already moved. This guy down here will get a move action to recover. And this guy, well, I suppose he could just shoot over there. It's not going to make any difference, is it? So let us fire. Oh, we'll do the demoralized guy first. So his full strength is a 7. His demoralized is a 6, so he needs a 5 or less because there's no bonus on the Capitano. 5 or less. And he does it, and he goes up to disrupted. There we go. And then we got a fire here of a 4. We have 4 firepower, but we go down 1 because they are dug in. I forgot about that. Oh, then we didn't shoot in there. It doesn't matter. 1 because they're dug in, and 1 because we're 3 or more away. So we're down to the 1 column. So we want a 2, 3, 11, or 12. And we get a 9, so nothing. They are done, and we're back to the Brits. Everything is done here. So we're going to come up here, and we're going to have a move, and we only need to put it on this guy. Whoops, sorry. So they're moving. He's got 7. He can go 2, 4, 2, 4. Oops, sorry. 2, 4, 6. And now he's on a road. Terrain effects. A road is half for a motorized. So he can go dump down to there like that. And we're back to the Italians. I think at the moment this guy should probably move away, but only got a movement of 3. He can't move forward because he doesn't have a leader. Could move to there, to there, to there, or there, to there, to there. But no leader coming up that way. Okay, let's mark him as move, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. 1, 2, 3 to there. Now he's out of everybody's range. Back to the Brits. Nothing to do here. Nothing to do up top. There we're down to here. These guys aren't going to be doing anything. This captain here is going to activate, and they're going to do a fire action. They can't do anything else with them. They're going to fire down to here at these disrupted units here. It's 3 to them. They're both disrupted, but we got him. Oh, he's got a morale. A morale. So he's looking across the slope and then downhill. Yeah, so this is where he's going to do it. So he's shooting for 12. 8 for the machine gun and 4 for him, which is the 11 column. But it goes down to the 7 column because they're at range 3. And we get a 6 on the 7 column, which is a miss. And they are done, and we're back over to the Italians. I think we'll just do this guy here. Mark him as moved. He's going to try and do thing. So he is a reduced unit, so he's a 5. Demoralised is a 4, so 3 or less. No, does nothing. He doesn't need to move back any further because he is out of range of any direct fire. There. Back to the Brits. We've got a mortar and we've got some infantry. So this mortar can spot down to here, which looks like a good idea. So the mortar is going to fire for 8. Going back to the game charts into here. Let's bring it over here. Better. Firing for 8. All we've got is infantry in there. They're not dug in. None of that. There's no trucks or anything. It's simply the +1. Target is spotted by firing unit. Yes, it is. So we go from the 8 to the 12 column. We get a 9 on the 12, which is a morale check. Right. The Tenetti is a 9. It's a 5. He passes. We have a disrupted unit. So he is a 7. So he is less than 7. 6 or less. He passes. Then we have these demoralised units. And they are a 5. Demoralised is a 4. They need 3 or less. And failed. And demoralised unit that's demoralised again gets a step loss. And the other one, 3 or less, takes a step loss as well. Okay. So these two are sent to the graveyard. And that's 2 more for the Italians, which brings them up to 12 step losses, which brings their initiative down to 1 as well. Now, we had losses in here. So again, the Tenetti has to do a leader loss, I believe. So it's a 2 plus 2 step losses is 4, so he needs 5 or more. Oh, he just did it. He just did it. Oh, well done, that man. And we're back to the Italians. Right. The colonel is going to activate for a move and is going to activate all these to move like that. So we have a limbered. So the crew is dragging this along and dragging the mortar along like that. The colonel and the machine gunner here move 1. So he moves up 1. Nobody can do anything. This guy moves up 2. And this guy moves up 1 to there. Like that. And that is it. And we are back to the Brits. All we have is this here. The Brits pass. Can't really do much. I suppose. No, in fact, I've got this guy in here. Don't forget him. He is demoralised. So he needs to do a recovery roll. So he is an 8. Demoralised is a 7. So he needs a 6 or less. And he fails. So he needs to run away. So he starts in here. He will run to here. He can still be seen and shot at. And then he will run up here with the major, like that. And we'll just put him under the major. And he is done. And the assault hex goes away. And these 3 units here, ba-dump, 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 and the Capitano are now there. Right, so we've kicked them out of 1 after all that. Okay, so this can return to the assault map. Gone. So we are back to the Italians. This mortar will fire. And it's going to fire on these guys here. So again, we are an 8 on the bombardment. But we can see what we're doing, so we go up to the 12. And we get an 11 on the 12, which is an M1. Woohoo! Na. Okay, so the lieutenant is a 9. An M1 takes him down to an 8. He's disrupted, so he needs 7 or less. And passes. The next unit is disrupted, full strength. So he is a 7. -1 is a 6 for the M1. So he needs a 5 or less. Fails miserably and is demoralised. And this other guy is demoralised. So he starts with a 7. 1 off down to a 6 for demoralised. 1 off down to 5 for the M1. So he needs 4 or less. And he failed by 2, so nothing happens. And we're back to the Brits. We've got this guy here. Do we start to pull out off this hill? Dun, 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 dun. Can't afford to. Can he shoot at anybody? No, he can't. Well, he can. He can shoot at these guys because they're on the same hill going downhill, but he can't see them. So he can shoot into there. Why not? So we mark the major as a fire. We mark this guy as a fire. We're firing for 4 on the direct fire table. So we're on a 4. It's not opportunity fire. They're not more than 3. They're not adjacent. We're just on the 4. We get a 7 on the 4, which of course is a waste of time. And we're back to the Italians. So we will mark these guys as moved, and we will do our recovery rolls here. Both full strength units, so that's 7. So we've got the +1 for the Chianti, making 8, so they need 7s or less. First one passes, second one fails. So the first guy here is back to normal. The other guy fails, and we're done. The Brits, all they've got is the 2-pounder up here doing nothing. If it limbered, it can't move because it's got a T for toad. So, no, it can't do anything. None of the others can do anything. We're back to the Italians. I think these are the last units. Everybody else is done. Okay, so we again mark these as move, and we are going to try and fix this guy up. So he is a 7 disrupted, so 6 or less to recover, and fails. And that is the end of that turn. So after all of that, the graveyard looks like this. So we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4 for step losses for the Punjabis. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 for the truck, 12, that should be it. If up to date, stop that. Fine. Oh, stop it. They're fine. They're fine. Yep. 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 Okay. So, yep. We have 12 losses for the Italians, so they've lost 2 initiative points, going down to 1. 4 losses for the Punjabis, which is 1 initiative point loss, so they're both down to 1, like that. Stay away. Right, so graveyard is true, so we get rid of that. Hey, right, oh. So again, not too bad. A little bit of poo over here. This was very surprising with this lieutenant. Taking 2 demoralised and a disrupted really heaved them bigger time. Being able to get this Bren carrier to the road will help. We can start to bring them down. Go tickety boo. Over here, taking out this dug-in position and wiping them out was fantastic. So the next is to start moving forward against these other guys. Maybe putting some hits on them. We got here these unlimbered. He's only a 4. Help. Not unless they're both together, and that's why I wanted to try and get them both together, but this guy's up here now because we lost our truck down here. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and we'll put this up to the next turn for 9 o'clock, and we'll save this as the 8:45, 9 o'clock turn, so I don't forget. And I will see you next time for the 9 o'clock turn. 0900. Bye for now.